What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. We're going to talk about White Tiger. Now, the other day, I did a video talking about Shadowlands, my initial impressions of them, and how I was feeling pretty good about where the team was before Moon Knight comes into the picture. I think they're going to be a decent team, but I want to focus right now on just White Tiger because I've been playing around a bit more. You can see I've slung 3 T4s into her. I have to say, I am very, very impressed with this character. I really like this character. I've heard from other people, White Tiger is really, really good. And there's a few reasons for this. Number one, the debuffs that she inflicts are incredible. They're very, very helpful debuffs. She has some incredibly high damage with her abilities. And the fact that she can quickly move again after killing someone is great. So she moves fast, she does really good damage, and the debuffs that she inflicts, those 3 things right there, those are pretty strong. I mean, there's certain characters you see out there, they can move fast and they inflict a lot of debuffs and do some pretty decent damage. You're usually going to see them pop up a lot. The best example of this is going to be Baron Zemo. Like, Baron Zemo moves before pretty much anybody else out there. He inflicts ability block at the start of the fight, inflicts speed down on people. He has a single target attack that deals a ton of damage. Yeah, he's very strong with that. I'm not going to say White Tiger's on the same level as Baron Zemo, but she is very strong, and we're going to talk about that right now. So the debuffs, we'll start off with the debuffs. The debuffs that she inflicts are very good. On her basic, she's able to apply heal block and defense down. Now you can put a T4 on this if you feel like it, and that also allows them to apply defense down for 2 turns. But if she uses this as a counterattack or assist, which I believe is how striker attacks are counted as well, she'll also be able to she applies defense down and slow for 2 turns. So what you can do is use this as a double tap against someone who's vulnerable. You can use this and use her basic attack to apply heal block and defense down, and then when she follows up with a bonus ISO attack, that can be a defense down for 2 turns and a slow for two turns on top of the heal block. It's a really great combination there. It does some decent damage. I mean, 250% damage. You can, the T4 is 300%. You get to Stalking Slash, and this is where, without the Shadowland characters, it doesn't do as much, but I'm gonna show you some war footage and why, even without a Shadowland team, this is gonna be a very important ability. With this, she's able to apply piercing damage, applies heal block and disrupted for 2 turns, and then ability block for 2 turns as well in war. That's crazy. Now, the one thing is, she hits the target 4 times with this, and if they have boost on them, this will strip away the deflects, and then she can apply the negative effects, the heal block, the disrupt, and the ability block after that. You don't have to worry about deflect and ignoring the or preventing you from landing those negative effects. That's pretty big. Damage with the Shadowland allies actually does some pretty significant damage. I'll show you some of that. And then throughout the fight, she can heal 50% of her max health, clear all negative effects, and attack the primary target for 600% damage, and apply heal block. A lot of heal block, a lot of disrupt, this ability block for 2 turns. Yeah, she's got some pretty good debuffs on her end. And then every time that she kills someone, she fills her speed bar by 70%. She gains a 50% boost to focus even outside of war, which is huge. And then inside war, she gains 30% resistance for herself and Shadowland allies, and war offense 20% bonus damage for herself and Shadowland allies. Even without Shadowland characters, the debuffs she's able to inflict here are phenomenal. I mean, how many people have these kind of debuffs on hand for you all the time? These debuffs are very powerful. That ability block, man, that's just gross if you're putting on the right character. So yeah, she's great there. And I mentioned earlier, Striker. I really think Striker is the way to go. The bonus attacks applying heal block and speed down. Yeah, it's just Striker, I think, just really helps her. And plus, her base damage is going to be so high. The bonus damage coming in from Striker, I think, is going to be great. I just think Striker is the way to go. You can also go for Skirmisher if you want to go for that boost and focus, but I don't think that's going to be necessary. I'll show you guys why here in a moment. Yeah, I think Striker is great for her. Skirmisher if you want to get more focus. Raider if you want to go that way with the multiple hits on her Stalking Slash. But I think Striker just really kind of brings out the best within White Tiger in terms of her ISO classes. And once I'm done with DD4, I will definitely be taking her up to tier 14, and then we're going to have a lot of fun playing around with her and see what we can do. You can see I pushed her up to level 78 now, and I'm just kind of taking her up to 80 so I can get that finished off with the damage. Over 15,000 damage at 4-4 tier 12, level 80 on this character. So let's talk about the stats, and this is something I mentioned earlier. She's tied for 10th in terms of the most damage in the game. She's tied with characters like Yelena, Symbiote Spider-Man, Electro, Scream. She's got a very respectable damage number, 30,731 max across the board, tier 15, 7-7. Yeah, this is pretty much everybody on the same playing level. You can see it. She's got number 10 on terms of damage. Now, I mentioned earlier with Skirmisher, you're not going to need to worry about the bonus focus because she ranks at number 5 in terms of focus. Without even throwing a Skirmisher class on her, she has the 5th highest focus stat in the game. She's got a little bit less than Emma Frost, but she's got more focus than characters like Pyro, Doc Ock. I mean, you see the characters who are up here in terms of focus. She's in very good company. Emma Frost, Hawkeye, Venom, all of those are top tier focused characters. And she doesn't have as high as some of them, but she's up there. She's in the upper echelon in terms of focus. She's going to have a lot of that. In terms of health, well, she falls down quite a bit, and you're going to have to go down pretty low to find her on the health leaderboards. In fact, I just completely missed it. Yeah, she's sitting right here at 85 in terms of max health. Not very good. And armor, she's pretty low in armor too. In fact, she's 35th lowest, 33rd lowest with 7,000, 8,000 armor. Not very good for that. And in terms of resistance, she's not, I have to figure out what's her resistance again. She's sitting at 10,000, 11,000. She's sitting at about, I just saw her a moment ago. Yeah, here you go. 32nd, tied for 31st with resistance in comparison to characters like Cole Obsidian, Electro, Crystal, Squirrel Girl. So she's got decent resistance. She's got fantastic focus and damage, but she's low on health. She doesn't have much armor. She's very much a glass cannon. And that's why that ultimate with the healing herself for 50% of her max health, that's great. In fact, if you go back and look at that, those are both 4-turn cooldowns. So the more often she gets kills, the more she moves her speed bar. That means she's going to be able to use those abilities more often. That's kind of the gimmick that you're going to have to work on with her, is getting her to land those killing blows. If you can do that, she moves very often. She uses those abilities more often. She's able to heal herself up more. So you do kind of need to hinge it on killing summoned characters, or not summoned characters, but just killing any enemy character and having her move more often. But if you can do that with her, it shouldn't be a problem, and she has the damage to back it up. So I don't think it's gonna be much of a problem here, but yeah, this is gonna be a character that I think nobody should really sleep on. She's gonna be a campaign event character, comes out this Friday, and for the most part, campaign event characters are not necessarily bad. I mean, we got Taskmaster, Proxima, Midnight, both of them were campaign event characters. I believe Crystal was one as well. Squirrel Girl was kind of mediocre. That Young Avenger team really needs some help there. But for the most part, I can't remember any kind of campaign event character where I looked at them and thought, wow, that character just sucks. She's definitely a very good campaign event character. I wouldn't say top tier like Taskmaster, maybe. We'll have to do more testing with her in the future once we can gear her up. But yeah, I'd say she's very, very good. And I think this is going to be a character that's going to carry you pretty far. Now, let's wrap this up by showing some footage. And this was just something I wanted to try in War. Again, we're not doing a determination of Shadowlands is good or not for War until we get Moon Knight. I'm just doing proof of concepts, and I actually ran across something here I thought was good to show, because this is going to help resolve one of the major problems we have with skill military, where that if Yelena doesn't get her disrupt off on that first turn, you're kind of stuck, because you can't really do anything. So they listen to our feedback. And I remember one of the big things I pushed with my feedback for skill military was that Yelena needed boosted focus on her disrupt ability, because if that didn't land, well, you're kind of screwed. I think they took the feedback about how boost really hurt skill military and used that to kind of help build up Shadowland a bit more. I'm going to show you guys a little bit here. This is just a Merc team without Taskmaster. I just wanted to see what I could do. Again, do not take any of this for granted. This was just proof of concept, seeing what we can do. I want to start this off right now. So we can get the ultimate here with Elektra. Now, she cannot apply Disrupted until she's on a full Shadowland team. But I wanted to target the Merc Riot Guard here, because this, I think, is very important. if you were to say this was a Riot Guard team or a Merc team that was boosted, let's say she used that ultimate, she hits Riot Guard, and he blocks, doesn't land disrupted. Well, what do you do now? If you're on skill military, you're SOL, right? Like you have to have that disrupt from Yelena land. If you don't have that disrupt land, you can't do anything. So what you do here now with White Tiger is, because she can land 4 hits here, she goes, she clears deflect, does damage, and look at that. She applies heal block, disrupt, and ability block right there. She moves again with her bonus attack and applies, it's supposed to apply speed down. This, I think, is a bug. I'm gonna have to go back and take a look at this and send this to Scopely and say, hey, I think something's wrong here, because it's supposed to be heal block, a disrupt, and ability block for in war. And then whenever she does the bonus attack, it should be characterized as an assist, and she should be landing speed down, but she doesn't. So is this a bug? Is this not how it's supposed to work? I don't know. But if the bonus attack for a striker is not applying speed down but still applying heal block, I'd say that's still a win. So it's gonna be one of those things where we're gonna have to try and find out. And I'm gonna forward this to Scopely and be like, hey, someone take a look at this and make sure this is correct, because yeah, she's supposed to apply speed down with that bonus attack. She's applying heal block instead. So I don't know if this is correct. If it is correct, awesome. I'll take heal block. I'm not gonna complain about heal block at all. It would be nice to get speed down, but honestly, man, can you really complain about someone landing heal block? And then you start up with Daredevil, and because we're in war, his ultimate can't be blocked. So all those deflects did absolutely nothing there. He crit everybody for like 80k, not bad. We use the flip there for Night Nurse, and yeah, we just kind of move on from here. Now, one thing I thought was a little weird was that well, yeah, actually no, Wakandans can clear heal block with Shuri, so I didn't have to. There wasn't anything wrong with that, but. Yeah, so, yeah, it's just fun watching her, and yeah, she lands all these killing blows, and she just gains all the speed bar. I mean, I love it. So now we're gonna get White Tiger to move again here in a second, and we're gonna see just how much damage she does with this. And look at that, 110k with her current stats, plus peel block. Yeah, I like it. I like it. That's some decent damage that also applies a heal block. So when she gets geared up more and does significantly more damage and basically maxed out, her damage is going to be double this when she's maxed out. So 200,000 plus damage plus hitting a heal block. I mean, that's a deadly combo, is it not? So yeah, I think White Tiger is not a character to sleep on. This is definitely a character that, number one, she's going to find a place in war offense somewhere. If it's not a full Shadowland team, you're going to find a place for her. I mean, there's going to be some place you can find her, that some team she's going to fit into. Hero Brawlers, I mean, I'm using her with Miss Marvel right now. She could work great with Hero Brawlers as well. You're going to find a place with her. And Moon Knight as well. I think Moon Knight plus White Tiger together are going to be an interesting combo. Again, we'll have to see once we get Moon Knight in the game, but guys, I'm feeling pretty good about White Tiger. I want to hear from you guys. What do you guys think about White Tiger? Do you guys like her kit? Do you like what you see with this? I want to hear from you guys. But as always, if you guys have enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, share this video, and subscribe to the channel for more Marvel Strike Force content in the future. And as always, I will see you guys next time.